Hello, everybody. Welcome to the OCRP iRacing League at Road America. We're going road course racing tonight, and the time has come for qualifying. We have 7 minutes in qualifying right now as it stands, with some drivers out there on the track, including that 81 of Brandon Buggs, completing his outlap and starting his first lap now. They'll be using the all of the 10 minutes tonight for the Want Some Cheese Without Wine 200. There you go. I didn't name it, but that's what we have. Elkhart Lake, USA. My name is Jeff Favignano. I'm joined by Mr. Civ Ryan and pit reporter Tony Wilson here in the booth tonight, calling all the action around not just left-hand corners, but tonight right-hand corners as well. Ryan, you ready for some racing and some road course racing? I know I am.
I love road course racing. Yes, I'm very much ready for tonight.
Lovely, lovely. And I gotta say, we haven't had anybody come across the line yet. Everybody's out there on the track right now. I didn't even get to see any of the times in practice, but we could talk a little bit about the track. It's 3.98 miles total here at Road America, and it's 14 turns as well. And, it's going to be a little bit of something that we didn't see at, on Monday at COTA in the Truck Series. If you don't follow that, it's on twitch.tv/westthemess88. I was driving in that one. I had a blast it there. But it's not going to be that style of racing because, according to Buggs, something was said before the start of the race that tires are going to be a total different world.
Yeah, he was saying that tires really kind of aren't necessary, if that's what I gather from that message, Jeff, that they're nowhere near what they were needed on at COTA. So he said, be prepared to possibly see someone not take tires on a fuel stop.
It's Wes Graham out there, last week's winner. Here he is again, trying to get it done at COTA. We have a new face that has joined the race tonight, and that is Kraut. We haven't seen him. He was in the Truck Series, but I guess he just got a provisional or something and is racing tonight. So we'll see what happens with that. No one across the line yet. There's Buggs now on the pole. Let's see what Wes can pull off here. And Favignano goes to the top. And that'll give Graham, I think he might have been on this. Nope, there it is right there. Third, okay. And then Lance. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. And just look at the glowing brake discs as they get down on that first turn.
Looks cool. Still lots of people to come in yet, though.
All right, there's Schultz right there. Look at that. Schultz third. Tyler Schultz in that 94 car. He gets third place, knocks Graham down to fourth, and now Underwood in the fifth position, and Lance in sixth. A lot more drivers out there, and one to watch tonight. Definitely that 74 of Ryan Steinhoff. He got the win on Monday at COTA, so he is no stranger to road course racing, and he's really excited about this race tonight.
No, lots of road course experience in the Steinhoff camp, and he'll be looking to get a win tonight.
Well, that's if the 81 doesn't have something to say about it, because, man, what an incredible race between those two drivers, the 81 and the 74. But, we talked about this entire season and how difficult it is to beat the 67 of Favignano. He's just so good everywhere he goes, but right now sitting on the pole.
It doesn't matter if it's an oval or a road track. This guy's fast, and he's showing that tonight right now with currently sitting on pole. Still lots of drivers to come in yet. I'm actually curious about Joseph Kraut's time, if he is going to put down a time, because he has been very fast over there on the Monday Night League. Joel Brown is yet to throw down a time. He's also very, very quick. Joel Brown's had some bad luck last few races, so hopefully he can get a nice race in tonight. And we still got some other notable names waiting to post the time, including Ryan Steinhoff.
Yep, Steinhoff hasn't been across the stripe yet, and that is the 6 of Kraut we're watching right now, getting through the final corners there. And now making that final right-hand turn to go up the hill and cross the line. We'll see where that's going to put him. But let's talk a little bit about points because points matter, and we're getting to the end of this season. Wes Graham leading in points, then Nick Sargent, Brandon Buggs, Leonard Fodorero, Jason Lance, Alex Reno, Nick Gould. Then you have Tyler Schultz, Clayton Cyrus, and Steinhoff are tied starting this race, and then Kyle Cleveland there right around that spot as well. So there you go, Kraut, second fastest tonight so far. That's a pretty darn good good lap for him there. And we still have another driver out there on the track. We'll have a couple more out there still on the track, but hard to say which one is one we haven't seen before. I guess everybody's just disconnecting. I don't know why they aren't popping up for me. There we go.
Jonathan, yeah, there you go. Jonathan Orendorff just crossed the lap. He sees himself in 7th place. But look how close that interval is, Jeff, between Fodorero and Kraut. That is very close, especially on this long of a lap.
Yeah, that is pretty intense. That is going to be a difference of like nothing. So, yeah, Fodorero with a 212.097, and that's Kraut with a 212.274. Brandon Buggs with a 213.443. So, about a second off there, but not too bad because the Road America race that we saw. Well, we didn't see that, but in the NIS series, I actually spotted for Buggs here at this track, and he got his first, I think it was his first NIS win there. So,
oh really?
Yeah, looking to see some speed out of the 81 tonight as well. And a track like this is so technical, and it takes a long time to kind of get into the whole rhythm of it. We're going to see a lot of speed out of guys that we saw fast at Watkins Glen. I just think that that's going to be the case tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And Ryan Steinhoff, they were talking about him before. He is it's a 6th place for the pole, so not as fast as we thought he'd be, but might have had a little bobble there on the qualifying lap. But yeah, speaking of the 81 Buggs, he is the king of staying in your rear view and just staying there and waiting for you to make a mistake. And he's pretty consistent at these road courses. And I expect him to be right up there with those top 3 guys as they make their way.
Now I'm watching Johnson. I don't think he's going to be able to complete a lap here. I think he's going to run out of time. He does not have a posted time.
Too little, too late.
Yep, 15 seconds. I don't think that's going to be enough. No, he just now got to the Johnsonville-Speedville bridge there, and yep, he's going to run out of time, so no posted time for Johnson. He will start at the rear of the field, and another person not taking time is the 4 of Robert Bearder. He did not take a time as well.
A lot of these guys do elect to just, start from the back, kind of stay out of people's ways, because for the first lap until, the tires warm up and everybody's kind of used to it, it can be a bit of a kerfuffle. So we might see some cars off the track, might see some spins, hopefully no crashes, but yeah. So right now, Tony is getting into the driver's meeting before we go ahead, and as they're gridding up now.
All right, well, we're going to go through your starting grid. We have plenty of time to do that here tonight, so we're not going to do that until they start rolling. But everybody gridding in right now, and we're going to go road course racing for 50 laps around here. It's good. It doesn't seem like that's a lot, but I mean, when you really think about it, almost a 4-mile track, we're going to be here a while. This is going to be a long race, and patience is going to be an absolute key, especially if it comes down to tires not being such a problem for these drivers.
I've already cracked a beer, Jeff. I'm like, this is the vibe I'm getting tonight is I cracked a beer and there's more awaiting me. I don't work tomorrow, so I'm going to have some fun tonight.
Oh, very nice, man. You do exactly that. And looking over here, Road America tonight. Then we move on to Atlanta Motor Speedway next week. Then Richmond Raceway, Dover Motor Speedway, and then finishing everything out at Charlotte will be a good time for sure. You don't want to miss that. Let's talk about the weather. 76 degrees outside, but the track temperature 107. And I don't understand that too much other than, yeah, the sun might have been hitting it, and we just got some clouds that rolled in. Maybe that's the difference there, but that track temperature should be dropping. But south at 5 miles per hour are the winds. That's your weather here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Get your cheese hats out.
Leo Fodorero on the pole, and it is going to be an interesting start to this race because, at a road course, it's you versus the road course itself, but also track position really matters at a place like this. And I can see these guys wanting to get aggressive early on to get their positions. Now, we saw the road course racing that happened. Remember where that was at? That was that last season, maybe? Was that it? No, it was a different track. I honestly don't even remember. But
in these cars?
The GG Luck car, I remember seeing that one.
Oh, was that Watkins?
It wasn't Watkins Glen. It was one of the other ones that we do. Who knows? Let's do our starting grid.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Shoot, what is that one?
Yeah, what is the name of it?
The big paper clip on it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what's it called? Chat, help us out.
It's all right.
Not Coda. Mid-Ohio?
Mid-Ohio, I think is what it is.
That sounds right. Yeah, shout out to Toadman. Thank you,
right.
Toadman.
Row 1, starting on the pole tonight. That's going to be Leo Favignano on the outside of him. Joseph Kraut in the 6, actually on the inside, actually.
Row 2, 81 of Brandon Buggs. Next to him, Tyler Schultz in the 94.
Row number 3, Ryan Steinhoff and Wes Graham.
Row 4, Joe Ogle and Nick Sargent.
Row number 5, Jonathan Orendorf and Donald Underwood in that 01.
Row 6, we got Jason Lance and Clayton Cyrus.
Row number 7, Alex Reno. And I think that rounds everybody else out because no one else took time. So that would be.
So that's why they don't show up. That's weird.
Yeah, it's very dumb. We had Joel Brown, Andrew Ewing, Robert Bearder, Aaron Beaver. Then we had Nick Gould, Austin Johnson, and Zachary Guzman not taking any times and not showing up on our list there. And that's the reason why.
Well, guess you don't get featured in the broadcast, you guys, because you didn't take a time. So sucks for you.
We are going to be keeping an eye on these cameras, especially when it gets down into this section right here. As, we only have so many passing opportunities at a track like this, but when you see the set of corners that fall after these, you're going to see where a really good one is, and that's right before you get to the Johnsonville-Speedville bridge we saw, and then the carousel, and then that huge long straight, not really a straightaway, but with a slight kink in it. And I think we're going to see a lot of passing out of there.
Have you done much racing at this course, Jeff?
I have not.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've done it here in iRacing, but not a whole lot really. I've played Road America and a lot of different other games, but not in iRacing that much.
Yeah,
I can remember. It is a tough track though.
Just answering some questions I saw in chat. We've gotten positive feedback from our drivers about the updates to the next gen car. They've been enjoying it compared to what first came out. When it first came out, it wasn't the best. So
right,
the updates have been a nice addition for sure.
Yeah, and that's something that's really nice to see. I mean, at Darlington, I drove the next gen a little bit in a practice just to see what it was all about. And other than the brakes, if you know that the brakes aren't going to be the best in the world, then you just back your corners up. You just know, you get to know the car, and you see so many people that struggle with this car. But the guys in the top 10 here, they're not struggling with this car. They've got it figured out, and it shows.
And it is a very competitive field all the way back to, the whole field. Your top 15 guys are pretty close to each other there. So we should get some good, racing out front. But also, I'm going to pay attention to the middle of the pack here because I expect to see some fireworks between those guys and, P10, 11, 12. But the pace car is coming into pits. Jeff, we're about to go green.
Yes, we are coming up the whole hill here, and Favignano's going to be the lead car. Waiting for that flag to tell him to go, and the green flag's in the air. Let's go road course racing at Road America.
Let's see if we can make it into turn 1 here without issues. They are side by side down this very long stretch as they come up to these cones, indicating their braking zone. Favignano gets a nice position there. He takes the lead, but Kraut and Buggs battling for P2 right now as they go side by side through the first turn.
That was interesting. Yeah, Buggs dropped it to the inside, tried to do to outbrake the 06, and it worked in his favor, forcing the 06 to the outside. He got a little bit of the grass there, it looked like, and that's going to slow him down, and that moves Brandon Buggs into the second position.
Nice courteous driving there by both drivers, each driver giving each other lots of room there. They know it's a long race. No sense in fighting right now and doing dirty racing. So as we ride on board here with Kraut, as he gets a little loose there out that corner, maybe got on the gas a little too hard.
Yeah, and there's some good racing back here. Right around Andrew Ewing. Did not take a time. And he's battling for the 15th position with Robert Bearder and company back here. But back up front, you got Leonard Fodorero starting to walk away just a little bit. About a second and a half already on the field.
Saw the 81 get a little squirrely back there, but he holds it together. We got the 22, Jeff, Alexander Reno off the track right now into the wall. And he's going to try and get that car going again.
Man, being stuck in that gravel is not good. And just a reminder, everybody, we do not have full course cautions. They are local cautions only. So that is not going to be good for the 22 at all.
No safety car tonight.
Might take a look. I think Reno might have had a little bit of help getting off course there.
Interesting. Well, your race control, do your job.
And we got Alex Reno off the track now. I'm not sure what is going on there. But we're not under caution or anything here, so we're trying to get the cameras to play with us here, and it does not want to. So let's try that one. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't go. I'm not going to go back and look at stuff when we got an active race going on. We miss out on everything when we do that. So watching back here, right around the second and third position, that's where the closest battle is that I see on the track between these two. And Fodorero not pulling away that much more. They seem to all be pretty much in line with each other.
And we got some action here between Steinhoff and Tyler Schultz, as Tyler Schultz has gained some momentum there on Steinhoff, closing that gap. Right on board with him. Looking out back there, you can see Tyler Schultz is he's not extremely close, but he's still in the ballpark.
Oh yeah, and look at just how much faster he is on that entry to that corner right there. Maybe he just blew the corner. I think he did. Pretty close to it. Schultz all the way in the brakes, but that's going to be enough for Wes Graham to be there. Let's see if Wes can get around him here. And if you want to see what it's like for these guys, we'll show you that here in a little bit. But right now, riding on board with Wes the Mess. And you can see here, he is up to third gear here. I'm interested to see how fast we're going to get on this back straight. And when we get around the carousel here.
We got some action brewing back here between Joel Brown, Jonathan Orendorff, and Andrew Ewing. They were going side-by-side racing there. And Joel Brown very fast, able to make it around those cars. You just missed it. Sorry. A little late on that
had a little bit of an off as well. He's dropped a couple of positions, and Reno was off track the second time there. He disconnected due to packet loss, but he's reconnected now.
All right. So a little issues there with the 22 camp. But we'll go back out front here. Fodorero, he's gaining some distance there, but he has not completely left the field yet.
Yeah, no, I'm watching this, and I think a lot of that is because we're seeing the 81 and the 6 battling so hard back here that is what's increasing that lead. And here comes the 6 for the pass.
It's got a bit of a run there as they go down this very long stretch, and I think he's just about to clear him. I don't know if he's got enough, though.
We'll find out here as they get down into turn when they make contact. 81 got into him there. Hardened the brakes, and I think he might have gone off the track. He did. Crowd is off the track.
Oh, don't know what happened there.
He might have overcooked the brakes a little bit, trying to make the pass on the 81. We talked about, having patience, and some drivers running out of it early on in this race.
When it rains, of course, Jeff, because Joel Brown just went off the track into the walls there, into the tires. He gets it going. Sucks to see that. His troubles continue here in this league.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the left front on that thing. That is toast. I think he got the tires through the end of the sand trap, and that is going to take him forever to get around. He's going to have to tow that thing back and lose a ton of positions and possibly even a lap over that.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
He has to tow it. Yeah, it didn't look like he hit the wall too hard, but it was obviously just enough or just at the right angle to really wreck his race there. And there's Nick Gould in the Canada Mobile. Can't say I'm a fan of your sponsor there, Nick. I am not a Tim Hortons fan, so I'm very loud and proud about that. But he's got a good battle
he
here.
makes contact. That was the 20.
Nick.
I think the 20 just gave him a body shot. That's what it looked like there.
That's
Jonathan Orendorff making
Jonathan
that contact.
Orendorff just over the radio said, "Sorry, Nick, I hit the curb. I didn't mean to do that."
Yeah, and that's just a product of this style of racing. You know, you got to get into the corner and you hit these curbs and you just kind of lose the car. It's like hitting ice in certain spots.
I mean, good recovery there by the 14 car though. That could have been really bad. But Ryan Steinhoff up to P4 after capitalizing on Joseph Kraut's off track there. And
yeah, and I'm watching right here around watching the 6. He's staying with these guys, this group here. I wonder if he thinks he owes the 81 something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. Just might have been just a racing incidents. They were neck and neck there down the very fast straight. It was a very dangerous situation. But good on him for keeping the car going. He's still got great pace, so don't count him out just yet.
I will not count him out. Yeah, he's got speed, that is for certain. But, you know, track position is going to be tough to come by. And right there, that'll be the 81, now 3.5 back from Fodderero.
And Orendorff and Aaron Beaver get together, and they're both off track as well. Orendorff having some struggles with that car, and Aaron Beaver,
there it is. There's that that connection issue that always rears its ugly head. And I don't know what happened there or there. Just gas it up straight into the wall. That is going to be the end of that.
Incoming tow. Yep.
A lot of guys completely strung out. Watching right back here around Nick Gould. That's a 05 of Clayton Cyrus there. They have a battle for, this is for the 11th position with Nick Gould just in front of him. And man, you can see these guys really, really battling this car.
And Nick Gould doing a really good job here to gain some positions. I'm not sure what position he started this race in, but he's definitely worked his way up through the field.
And that's Nick Sargent right behind Kraut. He's starting to push up into the mix as well after starting 8th. Well, he's in 8th. He hasn't changed there, but he's starting to come into the picture now behind the 06.
Robert Bearder down in P14 has spun the car, and he's off track. He's getting it going again, though, as Orendorff passes him. But he gets it going. Good recovery there by Bearder.
Man, yeah, a lot of these guys struggling with this car in track so far.
It's very much a rhythm thing. Like once you know, like I know when I practice, as soon as you can feel the moment of when you're like, okay, I'm getting this track. You can feel that little light switch of like, okay, I'm finally getting more and more comfortable and finding that rhythm, and then you can work on your lap times and your corner times. And it seems like a few of these guys just haven't found that rhythm yet.
And that's Joel Brown getting back on the track again. So that'll put Joel Brown now in 18th, 1 lap down. We saw the field go by him there. And that's what happened.
So the pit window for this race is going to be about 20 laps. And you can make it on 20 laps on a tank, but you are coming into pits with like 0.1 gallon of a fuel. So it's close. So around, lap 19, 20 is when we expect to see guys, make that decision to bring it in. Some might make it earlier if they want to, maybe try like a little undercut strategy. I don't know how that would work out for them, but that's how they can do it on fuel anyways.
Man, I got to say, these guys are completely spread out a lot faster than I thought they would. It is really spread all the way from the carousel all the way back to where we just saw the left-hander that Wes the Mess was in.
There is a close battle there brewing between Steinhoff and Schultz for P3. Steinhoff is very close to Tyler Schultz there, so we got ourselves. This is the closest battle on track I'm seeing, Jeff.
And we're riding on the back of Schulte's off the track. And almost made contact with Steinhoff, but that'll give the position to Steinhoff. That moves him to the 3rd spot now.
And Steinhoff says, thank you very much. That's what I was waiting for. You made my pass very easy. And so now he's going to try and just get some, hit his marks, hit his corners, and try and reel in the 81. But he's got about 3.2 seconds to do so.
Look at that. Joe Ogle started 7th. He's in the 6th position right now, having a good, clean race so far in that 55 Whataburger Chevy Camaro. And Jason Lance, he's in the mix right now. Right around, he's in the 9th position, but Andrew Ewing and both Nick Gould want something to do with it.
Yeah, nice battle here. This is going to be for P9, 10, and 11. And that is, Jason Lance, Ewing, and Gould. And, Ewing has got some great pace here. And he's going to try and make that pass. We got cars coming out of pits right now. Careful, boys. Nicely done.
That was the 97 of Aaron Beaver now coming back out onto the track after having that issue in the first turn. But yeah, good racing happening right around this position, right around 10th. And these guys are really close together.
Right on board with Ewing. Patrick Ewing of NBA fame.
Let's see what he can do here. Ewing. And that's the 14 that dived it on the inside there. And I think he's going to make it stick. So Nick Gould making that pass down in that position, in that turn, and he will take the position away.
Well, he's all amped up on the double-doubles there. He just dives it in. And he's going to try and work on Jason Lance here. Let's see if it gets hot, Jeff. It might start to get bacon in here.
It might be bacon very soon. There he comes, the 14. Right there. Man, it's a lot of fun to watch this group.
Yeah. This is a really good racing. Yeah, Nick Gould is a very fast driver. So is Jason Lance. But yeah, this is a very, very good battle brewing here between the Icy Machine and the Tim Horton Machine.
And that's where he's lifting right there in the 86, a little bit tight, getting off that corner. But you can see now we're going to go up into 4th gear. Will they hit 5th? I think they will hit 5th gear here for just a little bit. There, nope, stayed in 4th, and he's going to try to take the position away.
Lance is still there. This is where a lot of cars have gone together. They make a little contact there. But Lance keeps it together, and Nick Gould makes that pass work. That was a scary situation. A lot of drivers have wrecked passing on that corner, but they make it stick. Good pass there by the 14.
That was a really good smooth pass that he made there. And, man, just in a matter of 2 laps, we saw him pass 2 cars. He's on the move.
He is on the move indeed.
Started 19th, and he's in 9th right now. And so that last lap right there was a 2:16.6 compared to the leaders 2:13.421. Just to put some things in perspective for everybody. There's some lap traffic behind the 81 there, and that is the 01 of Donald Underwood. But Fodorero right now is checking out. Check it out here. Underneath the bridge into the carousels where he's at. So he is almost 7 seconds ahead back to Brandon Buggs, which is just now entering the carousel.
There is another battle brewing between Joe Ogle and Joseph Kraut there, Jeff, in 6th and 7th. They went side by side through the last corner, a little contact made. But Joe Ogle showing some great speed tonight, and he's going to be trying to work on Kraut. Kraut might have a little bit of damage there, not too sure. You see Ogle able to stick it on the inside of that corner, and we'll see if he can make a move here, as he's going to get a little bit of a draft here and see if he can keep up with him and decide what he wants to do. This is about the same corner coming up with that other pass made by Nick Gould. Are we going 2 for 2 here?
We're about to find out. Joe, I think he's just applying that pressure on the 06 right now.
Yeah.
Ogle's got a lot, like we said, a lot of speed. We saw that in at the end of practice and into the qualifying effort. Starting in the 7th position. He's in the 7th position, so he doesn't have a whole lot to lose here, but off the track he goes. Commentator's curse. Got him. He was having such a great run right there. And it just goes to show, you can't make any mistakes when you're dealing with a track that doesn't have full course cautions. You just can't.
But that could have been a lot worse. He is still on the track, pointed forward. That's good to see. Catching up with the top of our field here, Wes Graham in P5. That is a lap car of Joel Brown behind him. Joel Brown having the tow for that massive damage we saw early. His woes continue. So that car's not for position. This one is, though. Joseph Kraut, a lot of pace. He's going to try and catch Wes Graham. And we are 8 laps right now on these tires.
A lot more to go.
Yeah.
A lot more racing to go. Anything can happen, including, the 67. Anybody can make a mistake at a track like this, but if you're gonna, pull away and you're gonna dominate this race, it's yours and you deserve the win because it's that difficult.
Jason Lance and Andrew Ewing back here, Jeff. Sorry, I'm just trying to update you on some close battles here. Feel free to ignore me, but they are battling right now for P9. Or sorry, P11, excuse me. They were side by side, and Andrew Ewing seems to have a lot more pace than Jason Lance right now. So expect him to try and make a move.
I just noticed
maybe
that
I'm just going to do a commentator's curse again. We'll see.
I'm noticing that Ewing is pulling. He's going wider on corner entry like you're supposed to. Lance is kind of just hugging the center, or he's just kind of staying in the center of the track.
Jason, this isn't an oval track, bud. You got to use a racing line.
They were pretty even in this section here. We'll see how they are this time by. Especially on that right-hander that gets so tight. You drive the car all the way out. You see the difference there? The 86 just staying into the center of the track.
Yeah. You can see Andrew Ewing getting a nice run there. Andrew Ewing's a really, really good guy. We raced with him in the endurance racing. Really nice guy. Fun to race with. We're catching up here with Nick Sargent.
Yeah, I think there's.
Gould.
I saw some dust flying in the air right around the 48 and 14. I didn't get to see what was going on there. We were watching the battle back there with Lance and Ewing, but yeah, Sargent right here in the top 10, and we're keeping an eye on him because remember, points-wise, well, he's in second.
Something happened to Bugs there, Jeff, because he's down to 4th.
Oh,
Something
interesting.
happened there. I just saw that. You keep watching. I'll just try and find out for you. Oh, he had a self spin right before the front straight. He just got he got into the gravel and the grass and took it sideways. But he is in 4th place. It ain't over yet.
It is not over yet. We have a lot more racing to go, and pit stops coming down the pipe in about 10 laps from now. And you can see here on board with Wes Graham, he is starting to close in on the 81, capitalizing on that mistake.
Bug's no stranger to adversity when he's racing, though. He'll be able to just... you always drive so scared. It like rattles you. You know that feeling, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
When you go off track, you just get absolutely rattled. But Bugs, he's got that strong mental state, and he can focus up, and he'll just be able to, move forward. Don't worry about the past. Just move forward, clean your tires, and get moving. And he's going to do that. But look at Fodorero, 10 seconds ahead of this field.
Absolutely insane. He's just now getting ready to go down the front stretch here, and then that's Steinhoff in second, and he's right here about to make the right-hand turn now. That's the difference. That's what 11 seconds looks like.
But we've been seeing a lot of drivers, Jeff, doing self-spins or just getting a little scary, going off track, getting sideways, so anything can happen.
Well, you're watching there. That's the 26. That's Guzman in front of the 67 here. And, when you're passing a lap car, you have to be patient, too. And it's going to slow you down. But you got to watch, what line they're running. anticipate it and then make the safe pass. But, and you know, we've seen things happen in the past with lap cars getting in the way, especially at a road course like this.
I don't think Guzman will be an issue. He's usually pretty good there, but look at that. Just
oh yeah, he just moved right on out of his way.
Damn near put it in park there.
Yep. So Ryan Steinhoff, one of the ones that was able to capitalize on the mistake of the 81. But look at this, Tyler Schultz. He's in the mix now. You know, started fourth, right now in third. But he's got the 81 closing in on him now.
I haven't seen Tyler Schultz driver picture before. I think has that been in there for a while?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I just never noticed.
Yep,
I like that. He's got a big old smile on his face. He's having a good time. I like it.
Better believe it. One that's not having a good time is that 81. You know, after you have your first spin, it like you said, rattles you, and you start second guessing your driving ability. But we say that, and then you just see him go for broke. It doesn't matter.
You know, that's what I was saying. I don't think it's going to affect him. He knows he's a fast driver. He knows he belongs in P2, and he's going to be working on Tyler Schultz here as he continues to close that gap on P3, Jeff.
And that was the 55, but Joe Ogle just went into the grass there. And he was so close to getting to the back bumper of the 14.
And look who capitalizes on that. Nick Gould from 19th to P7 right now. He's going to be your U-Haul mover of the week so far tonight. And you're going to be mover of next week. When are you moving again? Next week?
Next couple weeks.
Next couple weeks. But
yeah.
You're in moving mode, though, at least.
Yeah, we plan to be out leaving on the 23rd of July.
Okay.
So a little bit more time.
A little bit. It comes up quicker than you think, though.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
always does.
Already ready for it. Man, look at that. The 14 almost put it in the grass a little bit on the left-hand side of that turn there. But that's the difference, you know, between guys that are taking it easy and guys who aren't. You know, regardless, you can't look at the timing sheet and go, hey, Spider Arrow's, you know, 12, whatever, 37 seconds ahead of me. You just got to keep going.
And just ahead of Gould, though, Jeff, Kraut and Graham are battling right now side by side. This is for P5 as Wes gets a little out of shape and Kraut takes advantage.
Let's see if we can get him down here in the left-hander that's coming up here. Hard braking zone right here. They were pretty even right through there, and now they're going to go through the uphill little slow section with the left-hander coming up.
But look at the battle between Schultz and Bugs. Look at that interval, Jeff. They are going to be battling themselves as well. So we got some battling going on in the top 5. I love it.
There's been a lot of action all over this track, regardless of the, you know, how spread out things are.
And Bugs is saying, hey, I'm right here.
Oh, yeah, he's using that intimidation tactic.
He does that to me when we're practicing. He'll just stay in my mirror. I'm like, can you just, like, leave? Give me, like, God.
Yeah, but that's what you want to do.
Yeah. No, he's doing, this is what you, exactly what you want to do. Force him to make a mistake. Force him to mirror drive. And Tyler has already made a mistake already this race. But he's looking good so far. I like that paint scheme, actually. That looks nice. Dude, that does look nice.
Yeah, this is the tightest battle I see on the track as of right now. So we're going to keep it right here and see if he can force the 94 into a... Oh, the 26 is around right there. Zachary Guzman, he's going to get that thing going straight again in a bit.
And we got a great race down the straight. Will he be able to clear him? He does. And this, as long as we can get some good braking here and nobody get out of shape.
Ooh, and it got close. You saw the 94 blowing up. You got a little wiggly there on the entry to the corner. Yeah, good racing right around here.
Yeah, great pass by Bugs, utilizing that long straightaway. No DRS, though. This is an F1. No DRS. They don't have any of that.
None of that happening. And that's Joel Brown right behind the 88, a lap down. Well, actually, he's one lap down. He is the lucky dog right now, Joel Brown, that 43. After
If
having
only there
that.
was lucky dogs.
Oh, yeah. If only.
If only. It always kind of sucks. You see right now Joel Brown able to keep up with those guys. And you always just get in your head, you're like, man, I'm top 5 pace right now. If only, X didn't happen before. Mind you, he's probably on fresher tires too, but yeah, it always kind of bums you out when you're like, man, I had pace tonight.
Yep. Well, I'm watching the 74 of Steinhoff versus the 67. He should be coming right around the corner here now, dealing with a lap traffic. That is the 22 of Alex Reno, and he is 4 laps down. Steinhoff has to be patient to get around the lap car there. But yeah, he's now into 10, and there is the 22 into the gravel a little bit here. But yeah, he's keeping it right around the 10-second gap mark. And, since tires aren't going to matter, we can talk about that. We're going to have pit stops coming up here at lap 19 for fuel, but we might see guys just not take tires at all.
That'd be pretty risky. That's what Bugs was saying. He was like, "Yep, Kraut goes around right now. He's off track." Sorry, I just thought I'd update you.
Oh, you're fine.
While I'm mumbling about tires and fuel. So that is Kraut down to 6th place. But yeah, he was saying that tires not a big factor here. The guys might double stint their tires, so we'll see what happens. I don't think guys will personally, but you never know. I'm not the one in the car. What would you do, Jeff? I'd be taking tires. Like, screw it.
You know what? If it depends. If I'm a guy that is 30 seconds back, like right now, Kraut, I wouldn't take tires.
I guess you got nothing left to lose then.
You have nothing left to lose. If tires aren't that big of a deal and you're going to be able to save it, that's a massive difference on, pit road compared to everybody else. And you could gain something off of that. Maybe you have to be more careful with the car at the end of the race, but honestly, it's going to come down to attrition and also, just the mental battle you'll have with the track all day.
Absolutely. Looking at the time screen here, Bugs has not left Tyler Schultz in the dust. Tyler Schultz is still with him, and he's right on his bumper. As Bugs gets a little loose here, they're going to get really close here, Jeff. And Tyler's going to want to have a little payback here. He goes, you know what? Actually, I want podium tonight. Thank you very much. So Tyler's going to try his best to work on Bugs.
Yep, and the 81 said before the start of the race, he just wants podium and 0 incidents is what he's trying to go for. 0 off-track limit penalties. Hard to do. Really hard to do.
Well, Bugs has 0 incident points so far on my timing screen. I don't know if that's true. He didn't have an off-track.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any. But does anybody have it on here? No, I'm showing nobody having any, so that's not true. That's not true.
It turns out that was a lie.
Yep. It's Wes Scram in 5th right now, just holding it down the next few laps before they can make it down to pit road.
Let's get a little update from our pit reporter, Tony. Ooh, that's Aaron Beaver. Sorry, 1 second, Tony. I feel like the F1 guys when they ask for your opinion, then they cut you off. Aaron Beaver, Joe Ogle into the wall.
Yes. Yeah, he had some issues there, and that's a lot of damage on the left front. He's going to have to bring it in. There you go. It gave up the ghost. Into the wall he goes. That's going to be bad for the 55. He's going to be possibly stuck here.
You're going to want to tow that there, bud, because your front toe is...
And he's really close. If he could just make that left-hand side, he won't have to tow. He's got just a couple more corners here, and he'll be on pit road. I think that's what he's trying to do right now. You want to see how difficult it is to drive this thing when it's damaged? Look at this. See how it's rattling around on you here, and actually, it's not too bad as far as the steering goes. No, there you go.
Making a right turn.
Yeah, making that right turn, it doesn't want to do it. And the 26 of Guzman in the grass as well.
Guzzy, what are you doing? What are you doing, Guzzy?
Not having a good race tonight.
Not having
And he's
a good
trying to get
race.
over to pit road in front of the 20.
Oh,
That could have been bad. That
All
could have been
right,
real bad.
Speaking of pit road, Tony, what's going on your end? Give us a little update from race control, pit road, and all the rumblings on the radio. Anything?
Not too much happening on pit road yet, but like you said, we're still about 5 laps away from that, from everybody starting to make their green flag stops. We've seen some guys move up and down the field a lot, not so much based on catching cars on tracks, but they'll get out there and get spread out and have a self-spin. You know, when they think nobody's looking, they spin out and they lose 7 positions, and then they make a comeback, and it looks pretty heroic. But we might see some guys taking tires just because they've roasted those rears, spinning and getting it back on track. But like you said, there's probably going to be a lot of guys just taking fuel and hitting the road again.
Right on. Thank you, Tony.
Now Steinhoff will come by the start-finish line, so 11.3 seconds between the two. And then another 10 seconds back to Bugs from there. Watching for any more racing on the track. I'm not seeing any.
Yeah, those interval times are all showing in the multiple seconds, so not much racing going on. Bugs trying to get around a lap car right now, but that's about the only action I'm seeing. And that's Robert Bearder. He's trying to get around. Does so safely. It was a little scary there for a second, but he's okay.
And that's Schultz right there wanting the 4 to slow down the 81 as those two are battling for position.
It was a good turnout for tonight's race, though. 20 cars out tonight. A lot of drivers will elect not to do the road races. A lot of guys don't have the comfort level for road racing, so they just go, you know what? I'll see you next week when we're back at the ovals, and you know, no harm or foul doing that.
Not at all. We appreciate when guys do that. They're not going to spinning in front of the leaders and causing issues. But what makes this track difficult is the elevation changes, the car getting light. You know, when you're making an elevation change and turning at the same time, we're seeing a lot of guys that were having issues with that early on. But it looks like, for the most part, the 22 up into the grass.
Nick Gould is saying, hold it together there, bud. Because this Caleb mobile's coming through. And Reno does a good job there to not get into the lapping cars. Steinhoff, though, showing some great consistency. Solid P2 right now. He's not losing too much time on Favignano. It's been kind of stuck around the 10-11 second mark ever since he got up to P2, and he's holding a good pace there.
Yeah, really good race going for him. And, you know, it comes down to he's hoping the Favignano is going to be the one to make a mistake on pit road A or B. You know, it could come down to who's going to take tires and who's not. And, you know, I was talking about 30 seconds back. Yeah, you have nothing to lose. But when you look at the amount of time on the track, you know, 11 seconds back, you might have to throw a Hail Mary. There we go.
A Hail Maker.
Hail Maker.
I know what you're trying to say. Hail Mary or Haymaker. There is a battle brewing here. Looking at P5, P6 between Kraut and Graham as they're getting around the lap car of Robert Bearder there, that blue one. So Kraut very quick, but he is you know, his own worst enemy as he's done some self spins and gotten a little crazy. So he's been fast, but he's been a little wild out there. So let's see if he can get it together and try and reel the 88 of Graham in, and he's showing lots of pace here.
Let's see if he can try to make up more time in the next few corners. As you know, when we get to that backstretch, that's where it's going to count, and that's where you're going to want to make the pass. So this left hand, and then we will be making the right hander into the carousel, which will be ample passing opportunity. And I think the 06 knows that right now.
Oh yeah, he knows he's reeling them in right now. So he's just trying to do his best to set them up. And that's all, but that's what you got to do with these road tracks, is just making sure you can kind of set up the driver and the car for these long straights. getting as much speed as possible. I mean, you do that in ovals too, but
Look at the difference
88.
there.
You're getting a little squirrely, and Kraut takes advantage. No problem.
I think Wes just knew it and just kind of rolled out of the throttle a little bit there and said, all right, man, go ahead. He didn't want to, you know, be tangling this late into a run, as he knows he'll have to be taking tires soon enough. So Wes, I think, is just exercising some patience right now.
Yeah, very smart of him. He's being safe and steady, as he knows Kraut has you know, gone off track a couple times, and he's been a little wild out there, so he's probably just going, yeah, you go ahead. And actually, Wes Graham on the radio just said that he will be pitting next time. So Wes coming in on about laps 18.
Okay, so he's going to short
17.
pit, essentially. There will be guys that are going to stay out to 19, like you said, but it's going to be, if you stay out till 20, you're going to have 0.1?
Yeah.
Of gallons.
Gallon of fuel. That's what Bugs was saying.
That's
Point-
no good when it's
0.1
uphill going
gallon
in
of
pit road.
What was that?
I was saying 0.1 gallons of fuel is no good when the entrance to pit road is uphill.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Yeah, your fuel pump's gonna be second wind trying to get those last drops of fuel.
We'll see if Favignano is going to come in on lap 18, or if he's going to come by this time, or if it's going to wait it out a little bit longer. I think we're going to see some different strategies here for sure. Short pitting versus the staying out forever. And you know who I think is going to stay out until they absolutely can't make it is going to be the 81.
Shocking. He loves to do that. He loves that strategy. And Graham usually does that as well, but Graham elected to come in a little early. Well, that could work out for him. We don't know.
Well, look, you don't want to run out of fuel on a track, you know, a 4-mile track like this. You're never going to make it back.
Well, you're guaranteed to stop. It's going to be a 2-stop race regardless. So it's and Graham knows that. So, you know, he's probably thinking there's no sense in pushing it.
Favignano to pit road.
There we go.
So Favignano listening to what the 88's going to do and so forth. So he will enter pit road. We'll watch and see what happens with Steinhoff. Steinhoff is going to stay out and take the lead.
See if Favignano can hit his pit stalls.
Let's see if the 81 follows suit here. Yeah, it's the one. And the 81 staying out as well. And there's the 67 of Favignano on pit road. Had a good stop. No, he's coming in now. So let's see if he takes 4 or if he takes no tires at all.
That is a long pit road.
He's going to take tires on the left side at least. And anything on the right? Yep, he's going to take 4 tires and fuel for the 67. So maybe he thinks that the tires are going to matter at the end of this next stint. I mean, if anybody knows, he definitely does. Wes Graham on pit road as well, making his stop here shortly. We'll see what he chooses to do after winning last week. And now we'll see if he has any strategy in mind for this one. And he's going to take tires as well. Looks like everybody so far is taking tires.
Yep, they're saying, you know, the few seconds gained on not taking tires is just not worth it. So Steinhoff is staying out there. Kraut see him, there it is. Kraut's into the grass again. He's fast, but he's been making mistakes.
Yeah, it's not helping his case at all. He's staying out, and you know, on old stuff like that is not doing him any favors. We get the fast section here on the back end of the track with the 74. Your leader, Steinhoff, right now has not come down pit road yet. So the cycle will be right around the 67 of Favignano, which is in 4th right now. A lot of guys now coming on pit road. But we're going to keep an eye on your leader and see what they decide to do here. Because they can't, the max they can stay out is another lap.
I expect him to come in this time by. I don't think they'll want to push it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But who
either.
knows? Who knows? Bugs said, hey, I can make it on 0.1 gallon of fuel at the end, so maybe he'll do one more lap. But here comes Steinhoff.
Yep, Steinhoff up the hill, and let's watch the 81 and Brandon Bugs, see if he's going to come down or is he going to stay out and try to maintain the lead. He's looking like he might stay out, but nope. All the way to the right, he's going to bring it down pit road as well.
as a driver, especially these long pit roads. It's actually kind of a nice breather. You get to, take a moment to collect yourself. Obviously, try not to speed down pit road because that would ruin your race, but it's kind of a breather. You get to relax a little bit, but just make sure you hit your pit stall. And Steinhoff hits his nicely. Let's see if he takes tires. He does so as well.
We're watching here on the right-hand side. There's Favignano right now passing. So he will take the lead back just like that.
Tyler Schultz gets into the wall. He's almost goes on track and hits Wes Graham. I'm sorry, I'm updating you right now. But big damage for Tyler Schultz. And he almost took Wes Graham out, but he avoided them. That is unfortunate for Tyler. He was having a great run, but he's got some heavy damage to that front left tire.
That's not going to be good. He hasn't made his stop yet, has he?
Tyler Schultz has made his stop, so that's on fresh tires. That is a product of cold tires.
Yeah, and he's going to have to bring it down pit road. He's going to hit the grass and the gravel again there, hitting the sand trap and hitting something weird there.
An invisible wall.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, careful there, Austin. And he is trying his best to make it back to pits. Unfortunate luck for the 94 Tyler Schultz, who's having a great run. Favignano still out in front.
Andrew Ewing in third right now.
He is not taking a pit stop.
He is not. He is going to maximize it to the very end, and we'll see if he can make it on fuel as he's holding on to third, and he's on old tires, and you see the 81 behind him not making a whole lot of ground on him. This might be pretty eye-opening, actually.
Doug's still on his outlap for tires. He's probably just going, I'm just going to warm up my tires first. He's not pushing it too much.
Oh, that's true.
Because he's probably heard what's been happening to other drivers, because there was another driver of
the 81 in the grass, and I think he might have made contact with the wall. Nope, looks like he'll be fine. He's gonna get it going straight again. You were saying?
I'm gonna shut up.
I saw him go right off the track, right behind
I'm
Ewing
just gonna
there.
sit back and drink my beer, because I'm literally every racer I've said something, they've all gone into the wall or something. So I'm just gonna shut the heck up.
I think it's just a product, like you said, of having cold tires.
Yeah.
It takes a while for those to heat up. You can't make mistakes, but we see some of the best drivers in this league making those mistakes. Here they come down pit road now. So look at that, lap 20, and the 15 is gonna make it all the way back. He's gonna make it.
So it can be done. Andrew Ewing showing it can be done. 20 laps. I was right.
Right on the money.
Chat was saying remember last week, right, when you couldn't do math? Look at me now, chat.
So now we know they're going to have to take another stop. Well, we already knew that. There's going to be 2 stops, but they're going to have to make another stop. But they're going to be 10 laps to go, right around 10 laps to go when that happens. And you do not want to make those mistakes on cold tires. And those are lessons to learn now rather than the second time.
So everyone has come in for fuel and tires. Everyone, for the most part, on the same stuff. But Favignano back in the lead by, look at that, same margin.
And that's Ewing now coming back onto the track in P7. And Nick Sargent in 8th right there. That is for position. But watching right around here, the 06 of Kraut goes around Graham for 4th and almost loses it.
And Wes is just going, I'm just gonna sit back here. He's seeing how squirrely the six car is right now. But you know what? That just goes to show you that Kraut, like, he's fast, but he's on the edge. He's driving that car to its max right now. So he's making these little mistakes and bobbles is because he's pushing the car to its full potential here, to its limit, I should say.
And that's the 21 Austin Johnston coming down on pit road here. Talk about to the last second. Lap 21. Was 21 able to make it 21? That's interesting. So keep in mind, we will not have any cautions. They're all local yellows. There's no full course cautions, even though you would see that in the real world. They will not have full course cautions tonight, so that's the reason why there will be no lucky dogs tonight, and there's no reason to really follow it. But on top of that, that's the reason why it will be such a spread out race with the green flag pit stops.
Nick Gould working on some lap traffic as he gets around Joel Brown and Alexander Reno. It got a little scary there. Reno wasn't necessarily making it easy for him to pass, but he was able to do so. And he's in P6 from 19th.
Yeah, having a great run here tonight. Fellow Canadian there.
My fellow countryman. for land and country, brother.
So Favignano up in the carousel now. And he has a lap car in front of him. I believe that'll make it... Yeah, that's going to be the 94 of Schultz. So he's up. He's the last car in the lead lap right now with Schultz right there in 10th.
Well, these pit stops definitely have spread the field out, Jeff. There's not much close racing going on right now. Everyone at least a few seconds between the next position. But who knows, as these tires start to warm up, and we could see those intervals dropping and getting some racing again.
And we will keep an eye on all of it for you right now. But yeah, right now we're watching the 67 versus Steinhoff on pit road. They basically came in and out at the same time. So right around 11 seconds, 12 seconds, we've seen it hover there. That's pretty much what it was when they came down pit road.
Steinhoff making his way around some lap cars there. But yeah, that's pretty much identical. Yeah, like you said, Jeff, what was pre-pit road actions. So, but the Bugs there sitting comfortably in P3 for now, though. You got Kraut. You can see him in the screen there, popping the screen. He's about 7 seconds behind him.
And then Wes Graham behind them coming up the hill.
I do like those white rims on that car. That looks good. I'm a fan of the white rims. Nicely done, Wes. And Tony. Good paint, Tony.
Hey, thanks.
Right on board with Graham right now to seeing how he is managing the track and his tires. Seems to be kind of taking a little more easy on this set. See the speed right here, about 150 here. I think we'll be close to, about 170 miles an hour before entering that braking zone right here. And that's 170 down to 50 miles an hour.
In a car where the brakes aren't, these are not F1 brakes.
No.
these are some rudimentary brakes for sure. So you got to be really careful on them to not lock up. There's no ABS here.
This is a section of the race where things have kind of slowed down quite considerably from the start of the race. As I see no battles on the track currently.
Yeah, your closest intervals are going to be between...
Oh, the 74, lots of damage on that car. Something happened to him.
Yeah, he's down to 21 seconds. What happened? I'll have a look there, Jeff.
I'm gonna have to back it up and watch because this is a top three. Yeah, right here. It looks like he comes in and just overcooked the tires into the grass. He goes, held on to it, hard hit into the tires, and that was all it took for that. So he's gonna have to come down pit road. Tough break for the 74.
Not sure if he was listening to the broadcast and we were talking about how bad the brakes are here. Hopefully that didn't get into his head. But Bugs into P2 now, capitalizing on the misfortune of Steinhoff there.
And we've seen this happening to everybody. No one is safe from this car and track combo because you think you're confident going into the corner, and we've seen guys just miss their braking zones completely.
Yeah, mistakes are just amplified in these next gen cars on this track. Whereas, if you're in a GT3 car or a purpose-built track car, you might be able to save it before going all the way into the wall. But these things, it's a little tougher. So mistakes are definitely amplified.
And that was Schultz off the track there. Had a little scary moment in front of the 67. I'm sure he didn't enjoy that.
But 67, no mistakes so far for the 67. He has shown great pace all night. It is his race to lose.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take you guys through the field right now. We're 23 laps into the race out of 50. Leonard Favignano, your pole sitter, is currently leading with a 30-second lead between himself and second. Second here, Brandon Buggs started third, now in second, capitalizing on the mistake that the 74 of Steinhoff made. That put him into that position. Behind him, we've had an up-and-down day roller coaster ride for Joseph Kraut. Started second. He's had quite a few off-track incidents. Been getting it back together after that last pit stop came down, got it done. And he's in the third position right now. Behind him, the fourth position goes to Wes Graham, and that 88 started sixth. And he's dropped back to seventh, and he's been up to fifth, but he's right now right where he wants to be, which is better than all three of those numbers. He's in the fourth position. Behind him, Ryan Steinhoff in that 74. Started fifth, was up to second, and then had that horrible crash there we saw, got into these tires right here he's about to get to now. Fooled me once. Here he is hitting the brakes. He's going to actually make that corner, no problem there. Significant damage to that 74. Had to use a fast repair and lost a lot of track positions off of that. Nick Gould, what a day. Started 19th. We've seen great things out of this driver today. He is in the sixth position. Right now he's in sixth, but he's been as far back as 19th where he started. That all makes sense. Duh. Moving on. Andrew Ewing. He's had a great day too. Started 15th, and he's in the seventh position. And we saw him stretch that car all the way to the very end on his fuel run. And then eighth is Nick Sargent. Started eighth, and he's just been there the whole time. Nick Sargent about a minute 20 back from the leader. Jason Lance in that 86 started 11th, and he's in the top 10 right now in the ninth position. And that Icy Bear Chevy Camaro. And rounding out the top 10, Tyler Schultz started fourth. He's been up to third today. We saw those mistakes. He paid for them dearly, but right now he is rounding out the top 10. And there's somebody in the grass. That's the 01, I believe, of Donald Underwood. Trying to get it going.
Having a bit of trouble today. Underwood, he is showing in P16. Started 10th. Not as low as 19th there, but he's in P16. But Favignano, Mr. Consistency out front.
He's been very dominant today. 32-second lead on second right now. And it's his race to lose. We've seen almost all of the top 10 have some incidents. Besides Graham.
Looks like Buggs had some issues as well. He's dropped a position behind Kraut.
Oh, shoot. You're right.
So Kraut gets around the 81. We were going through the top 10 there for you guys. Had an issue, and Kraut moves to that second position. And that's pretty much where he wants to be.
Buggs did the exact same thing as Steinhoff did in the exact same corner. He was lucky, though. He was able to keep it out of the wall. But he did just overrun a corner there that Steinhoff did, near identical. So that corner proven to be a tough one for these drivers. But he does not have damage. So what Buggs has got going for him is he does not need to pit. Not yet.
Not yet, anyway. A lot more racing to go. It's anybody's game, as you know, all it will take is for the 67 to go off the track once, and you can lose all of that you have gained in a matter of just a few seconds. Although it'd have to be 35 seconds to be exact.
He is so fast. He's in his own zone right now. He's in his own race, really. I mean, I'm sure he's looked at his relative and he doesn't even see P2 behind him. So you start to wonder if if he's going to start just taking it easy a bit. Just, you know, making sure each corner is done safely so he's not making those small mistakes. Because this is very much almost like endurance racing, where you can have, it's all about the average lap time, Jeff. It's not necessarily having the fastest laps, it's having the fastest average laps. Because one little off, one side spin, having to pit can just ruin all your fast laps that you've done. Just tanks it. So you're better off being faster, you know, on average than, you know, being a hot lapper.
You said it perfectly. And, you know, that's what road racing's all about, and also yourself versus the track. And you can see the 81 not making that mistake again in that corner.
PTSD on that one.
Yep, but I'm seeing him, he's starting to reel in that 06 a little. I thought the 06 started to pull away, but right now it looks like the 81 is starting to gain just a little bit on him. And we know the 81's the fastest in this section coming up right here.
When Bugs gets pissed off, look out, because he it like awakens the beast in him, and he just gets like, when he gets in the I don't care anymore attitude is when he's at his fastest. And that might be showing its head here soon, where he's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to go for broke. And he is very fast when he's in that headspace.
So Andrew Ewing right here in 6th, and that is Gould behind him in that in the shot there. This would be a battle for 6th if he can get up there to him. But I saw Nick Gould in the red there, so I think he might have had a little bit of a slip up there and lost a few seconds on the 15. And if you see any other battles, you let me know. Everybody is just so spread out around this 4-mile track. It's really hard to tell. But right now, the leader has everyone lapped up to 9th.
That is crazy.
Jason Lance is the last car in the lead lap right now.
That is crazy.
After starting 11th, and I mean, it's, you know, you're still having a good race if you're in 9th, but man, you're in, you know, you're right here in this set of corners. So here he is just about to make the right-hand turn to go up the hill. But here's Favignano right here, and he's looking to take him down a lap.
Bugs is catching Kraut right now, Jeff. Just give you an update on close racing.
Now they're in the fast section. We'll see if he's going to gamble here, making the right-hander. I believe that's Canada Corner is what it's called. Look at that. You saw a little bit of puff of smoke come out of the 81 right there. So he definitely had those brakes woed up a lot later than the 06.
Showing some cojones here. Hey, what going on? Boat Boy's on a bit of a tear right now. We should call him Carboy.
Oh, we got almost completely looped it there off the corner.
That was sweet. I'm sure he might have to check his underwear after that one. That was a little scary.
The 06 caught a little bit of the grass right there on the front stretch, and just that little bit matters. It will slow you down if you get those tires into the grass at all.
This is our closest battle on track. We're going to stay right here with these guys, see if Bugs can reel them in.
And he has done that. These guys are pretty even right through those sections. I was watching the last lap times. 2:13.924 was Kraut. Bugs with a 2:13 flat. And what's interesting about that is that the 2:13 flat was faster than the leader, which was a 2:13.159. The fastest car on the track I see right now is Ryan Steinhoff with a 2:12.720.
Yeah, don't count Steinhoff out either. He had some troubles there, but He's only, what, 6 seconds behind
Oh, he
Graham.
overcooked it. The 06 did. That's the,
I thought that was going to be close.
Yep, that was the mistake that the 81 was waiting for, and it just happened.
Story of the night for the 06 Sargento Cheese Mobile. Got any cheese?
Well, you want some cheese with that wine 200.
Oh, I want to call back to what this. Hey, Jeff, let's do some like baseball commentary where let's just fill stuff with stats to make this interesting.
I don't know enough about it.
What's the track temp right now? Is it cooled down from?
Oh yeah, we have to change that up to do that.
Oh, sorry, I'm making you work here.
No, it's the same. So still 76 degrees outside, but a 104 on the track temp.
Probably has a lot to do with why these guys are just not able to stick it in these corners here. That is a pretty hot track temp. Oh, it's bacon.
Yeah, that is radically higher than I thought it would be. But we do have sun hitting it right now. When we started the race, it was under cloud cover.
I mean, Kraut hasn't gone anywhere yet, though. He's right on Bugs now. They're going back and forth. After Kraut went off track, he's still in Bugs' rear view here. What a battle here for P2. Wait, P2? Has this always been for P2? Am I losing it? Or did someone... No.
Definitely losing it.
I'm losing it. Dude, I'm going to...
Yeah, this has been a battle for second.
I'm taking a break. I'm getting another beer. Y'all have it.
All right, no problem. Well, we're watching right here. This is the battle for second. We saw the 06 of Kraut lose the corner, and now he's going to come down to make the left-hander right here down to 50 miles an hour. We saw that from 170. And now they'll make another left hand up the hill. Really close racing for second right now. The 06 made the mistake coming down the hill and making the left-hander here in a few moments. You'll see right down here where we were coming in here. That's where the 06 overcooked it in this braking zone into the gravel. But right now he's dead even with the 81.
If you watch these guys coming off the corner, you'll see the 81 keeps it nice and straight while the 06 is usually hanging that rear end out. He's really working hard to get back up there and get around him.
And by doing so, that will indeed take your tires down just a few notches.
And it definitely explains why he's been so up and down the positions here. He's been up front, in the back, in the middle. He's been all over the place. Every time he gets a good run going, he makes a mistake and puts it off the track again. So he's going to end up tonight with a high incident count, but without making any contact with anyone.
The 81 saying, I don't want any incident points. I just want to get a podium. That's my goal. Well, that's not going to happen, but podium definitely, possibly, is in the cards for the 81. But man, great battle here for second.
Absolutely. We're going to see Kraut make the move here again. We're going to see how Bugs reacts. If he's going to give him some room, he's going to try to pinch him off here. Be interesting to see.
Side by side at the stripe, the 06 and 81 for second here. Coming down to the right-hander, hard braking zone here. And looks like the 06 going to give him some room. CB sets him up for the next set of corners and looks like he's just going to tuck in line here. And the 81 still prevails right now, doing a great job of defending that position.
Not going to give an inch for sure. When you're up here fighting for a podium spot, there are no friends.
'06 into the grass a little bit there, and they're going to come up over the hill now, make that lefter. Left-hander.
Lefter. Love to see a heart rate monitor on both of these guys right about now.
Oh, I'm certain it is high right now. Let's ride on board with Kraut right now and see what he is doing here. Second gear in the carousel, which is a lot different than what the 81's doing in third gear right there.
These guys are still battling?
Still battling for position. The 06 was side by side at the stripe just about a lap ago. and was not able to complete the pass as the 81 was able to outbrake him into the first corner.
And Ryan
The
Steinhoff
81 just made a mistake right there.
I'm not trying to throw a wrench in the plan, but Steinhoff has caught up to Wes Graham as well, and they are battling as well. So we have two battles on the track. But look at, ooh. And Steinhoff passes Graham.
Yep, he'll take that position away. Back up front. This is for second. Here's the 06 trying to set him up again into the braking zone. He's going to try.
Oh, it's going to get close.
The 81 doing a really good job of defending the braking zones on the 06. Been really close.
And Kraut with a nice move to the inside there. Makes the pass on him, does he? Oh, I don't know. Bugs is not giving it to him. Not yet. But Kraut actually does make that pass nicely. But this ain't over.
Not by a long shot. It's getting really close here between these two. They've just been battling for the past 5 laps. It seems like it's never going to end. That's what happens when you have, two guys with the same, same set of skills on a road course like this. Especially, the fact that we operate the league with fixed setups, not open setups. So everybody has the exact same car. It comes down to the driver. The 81 is going to lose it. He tries to gather back up. Here comes the 74. He's going to be about to make that that left hand now turn. So that'll break up that just a little bit. Now 81's down there now, but it won't. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Oh boy, Bugs is probably what am I battling this guy for? This guy's not even for points. Let's just race my race. This guy's not for points. I shouldn't be trying to wreck this. And yeah, that was some intense driving there for many laps between those two drivers. But let's see if Graham can keep up with Steinhoff there in 5th and 4th place. That's going to be your closest interval on track for now. And it's not even that close. It's 4 seconds behind him.
You hear just how smooth Graham is on the throttle.
But how about Andrew Ewing in P6, Jeff? Let's talk about Andrew Ewing. Where did he start today?
Yeah, we've been talking about him pretty much the whole day. 15th.
Yeah, but he was in 15th.
Yeah, and he was the one that it worked out in his favor. He was the one that stayed out the longest.
That's right.
Except for the 21 of Johnston, because he came in on lap 21. But yeah, Ewing stayed out until lap 20, then came down pit road with absolutely no fuel in that car at all, and it really helped him out on track position.
Yeah, he was the one driver to really take advantage of that late pit. So good on him, and keeping good pace up there in P6. But Fodorero still on an island out there. What can you say about him? Just a clinic right now.
That is for sure. 31 seconds on Kraut right now. Kraut back here in second. He's making the right-hand turn off of the carousel. Got in the grass a little bit there. And that is the 4-car Bearder. That is a lap. Well, that's going to be a couple there for him. We'll get you the actual numbers. Yep, 2 laps down. And then to Brandon Buggs, which is behind the 4-car. Ryan Steinhoff as well.
We've had 3 cars parked so far tonight. We've had the 21 of Austin Johnson, 26 of Zachary Guzman, and 97 of Aaron Beasley have parked their cars for the night.
Okay, so then that means that Austin Johnson did not come in 21 laps. he came down pit road to park it for the night.
Yeah.
Well, he came down to pit road and was dropped due to packet loss and never did try to make the reconnection.
Well, there you go.
So he may be having some ISP struggles this evening.
Ah, internet, the great equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe we're only 30 laps in this race. This is a long one, folks.
Oh, it's going to be a long race for sure. I'm looking for anything happening on the track, but right now it doesn't look like anything.
No, I got
We have
nothing.
Nick Sargent and Nick Gould. That's about the closest one I see right now.
You want me to throw a yellow?
Only if you want a yellow, be sure to sub to Jeff Favignano's Twitch with Amazon Prime. Free sub to do, and maybe Tony will throw a yellow.
But won't.
But won't. Literally fixing the race.
Yeah, I'm watching these two. Sargent, a little more speed on that time. Right on board with him. Nick Sargent's second in points right now, so he just needs a good points day, and he's in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, this definitely is the closest racing on track.
The two Nicks going head to head.
Thank you, Sergeant.
See how much discipline there is with the throttle and the braking zone right there. I think it was, I did a race here in Project Cars with the C8 Corvette in the rain in VR. That was a cool race.
That's cool. A cool time.
It was,
Yeah,
it's terrifying when you're on the backstretch and you have puddles of water on the ground. You got to avoid at
Well,
speed.
I mean, rain is going to be coming to iRacing. Not sure exactly when, but they did debut it at last year's MS charity race. They showed it. They showed what they've been working on. So rain is coming to the iRacing service, and that'll be pretty neat.
So I'm watching here, Wes Graham now, he is starting to reel in the 74 a little bit. So now you have Ryan Steinhoff, Wes Graham, then Andrew Ewing, which is now at the stripe. These three drivers here are the closest together that I can see on the track between all three of them there, which is not saying a lot.
I'm still paying attention to that interval between the 01 and the 06. And Bugs is, that interval's been dropping.
Yeah,
Bugs
Kraut
ain't done.
31 to the 39. I'm watching the lap times here, 2:13 to the 2:12. Kraut with a 2:12, 6:39. And Bugs with a 2:13, 2:42 that time by. Almost identical, except for a second difference. Ryan Steinhoff still the fastest car on the track right now with a 2:12, 2:41 that last time by.
I mean, Steinhoff has a bit of a tire advantage because he did take tires with that fast repair he took on the on his last crash there. So he's got about a 4-lap advantage on those tires, which could. I'm not trying to take away his skill or anything, but that does help.
Have some lap traffic up here by the leader, Joe Ogle in the 55. So that's going to put Joe Ogle down. That will be that'll be the 12. He's already a lap down now, so that'll be 2 laps down for him. We only have 8 cars on the lead lap, and the last car on the lead lap is Nick Sargent.
That's so crazy.
And that was the 14 of Gould that was in the grass right there that time by.
Ooh, and he drops down to 8th because of it.
We're watching Nick Sargent there, and the whole time the 14 was off in the grass having a plate 8. And, yep, 48 was able to get by him, no problem. Behind him, Tyler Schultz in 9th, and then rounding up the top 10 right now is Jason Lance on pit road.
Jason Lance coming down for an early pit.
Might be an interesting move here.
Getting on some digital racing fuel and 4 fresh fuel goods, as our friends would say. Shout out to Joe Cortez and Wes Graham.
So you see Fodorero here right in front of him. That is Wes Graham in 5th. I'm trying to see what the black car is in front of Fodorero right there. In front of a Joel Brown. That might be Clayton Cyrus in the 05, and it is. Seeing him struggling with that Toyota just a little bit on the exit of Canada corner there, and now we can see the difference between these lap cars and Fodorero, your leader.
Sure, these guys will get out of Mr. Fodorero's way when he gets to him.
Got a few cars on pit road as well. That's the 22 of Reno and the 20 car of Orendorf. Yeah, I'm not seeing any gains being made currently with the 81 on the 06, so I think it's going to come down to making those decisions to make your final pit stop. What do? You're going to take no tires? You're going to gamble it to try to win this race? I don't think you can beat Fodorero unless you do that.
Really, I don't think anyone's beating Fodorero, to be honest, unless he makes a massive mistake.
Well, that's the thing that you would want to do. So if I say I'm in 3rd position or 4th position, I don't take tires on the last stint, and then I hope Fodorero makes a mistake, and that way I can close in on my track position there. Even though you won't have the tires to do it, it's the only gamble I can see these drivers taking this late in the run. If you want to win the race.
Yeah. Yeah, well, time will tell. We'll see what's going on in everybody's heads, because, yeah, like you said, Jeff, there might be some guys that are like, you know what, I got nothing left to lose. I'm just going to go for it. Why not? These tires feel good. Screw it.
I don't know if that will work out for the 06 and the 81. They raced each other so hard, it's hard to say.
They've been in the gravel a few times as Kraut works on passing.
That'd be Schultz in the 94. He's going down in their lap. Unfortunately for him.
So only 7 cars on the lead lap.
Yep. And Nick Sargent is the last one that has to be passed for that position. And Nick Sargent's on pit road. Let's see what he does. He's going to come down pit road. Interesting to see these guys coming down this early on. I thought they would wait until about lap 37, 38. So he's taking left sides now. We'll see if he's going to take a 4-tire stop. And looks like he will indeed do that.
We might have the 67 on pit road as well. There he is.
Fodorero, your leader on pit road. Let's see if Kraut's going to do the same thing. No, he's going to stay out and take the lead away from the 67. Let's see what the 81 does here. He's going to come down pit road. Interesting move by the 06 of Kraut.
Let's see who takes tires. Fodorero took tires. And Bugs is taking tires.
He
too.
had a slow exit off of his pit stall there. Not sure what that was. And I know it seemed very insignificant, but I mean, we're talking about seconds mattering at this position of the race. Let's see what Bugs decides to do here. He's going to get tires, or he's going to stay out. Nope, he's going to put new tires on that car. So now it comes down to Kraut and Fodorero, 12 seconds between the two. And Kraut needs to make an absolute stellar stop here for this to matter, but I like where his head's at on this one.
Hey, it worked out for Ewing there. Let's see if the same can work out for Kraut.
I wonder if Kraut's going to take tires or not, because if he doesn't take tires, he can maintain the lead. If he takes tires, I think Favignano's going to pass him. It's a long way up that hill.
There's still a lot of racing left, though.
There is, but yeah, to me, that would be the gamble.
Yep. I look at how sketchy Kraut has been on good tires. I'd be shocked if he could maintain pace on worn out tires ahead of Favignano. But you never know. Favignano could lose it on cold tires.
What's perplexing to me is all these drivers talking about tires don't matter, but clearly they do, because they were singing a very different tune now that they're under race conditions.
When we say drivers, we just heard from Bugs, so it's not like we heard from everybody.
When have you ever heard a driver tell the truth?
That's true.
Let's see if he comes down pit road this time. He is going to stay out, and he's going to do the long run on this. And he's increased his lead to 13 seconds, and this is what he needs to do. He needs to get as many seconds between himself and Favignano to allow that buffer, but he's got to have a perfect pit stop.
One guy that's going to be taking advantage of this is Ryan Steinhoff, because he is only 13 laps on his tires. So Steinhoff can stay out for quite a while yet.
Well, he's on pit road right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't shut up, Ryan.
He can stay out, but he's not going to. I wonder what he's going to do here. If he's going to take tires. You said he only has 13 laps on these tires?
That is correct.
I don't know. Maybe you don't want to take 4 here. We'll see what he does here, and we'll keep an eye on Kraut as well. Now, that lead is starting to wind down a little bit between himself and Favignano. Favignano now making that left-hander. And Kraut probably going to be forced into a position to actually have to come down pit road this time, because now he's starting to. Now he's gaining again. Well, about the same there. But 12 seconds, is that enough to be on pit road and to make your stop? I just don't think it is.
I don't think it is. There's no way. Even just that pit road's so long. Doing 30 miles an hour or whatever the speed limit is.
So here's Favignano right here in the 67, and Kraut is right over here. So you can see he's on the fast section of the track, and Favignano's making the right turn into the carousel right now. We'll see what he can do here. And Kraut's all the way down there, almost to Canada corner. We'll see how this plays out, because he's going to be running out of time. He's going to have to come down pit road for fuel.
That 34-second lead that Favignano had is going to be really hard to overcome.
Hope. We're trying to give them hope.
Absolutely.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. This race over. Everyone leave. No. It ain't over.
And the 06 of Kraut comes down pit road, and he's going to be as fast as possible to the stripe. We'll see how this works out. Area's on pit road, and we're going to keep an eye on Favignano. Favignano's right there. That tells you just how you have no time at all. So Kraut doing the best he could there to try to maintain it. There it was right there. And Kraut will go down to his box now, and we'll see how this works out for him.
I think what's going to be interesting, Jeff, is how Kraut comes out of this ahead of the 81.
Yeah, because it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be pretty close, or maybe not. As the 81, I think he's in trouble.
Yeah, I think he was just in the sand trap right there.
Never mind.
The 06 down and away. We did not get to see if he took tires or not.
I'm going to ask these guys to pay me next week to ask you not to say their names.
Do we know if the 06 took tires?
He did. Yes, he did.
Okay. So now it's to here. So let's have a look here at the blimp camera. You have that, and then the Brandon Bugs right here to Kraut over there. So, I mean, it's interesting, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think Bugs is more worried about Steinhoff behind him. You can see that gap is closing.
Get into the fast section of the track right through here. Going to the Sargento truck bridge, and we'll be making that left-hander. After 170 miles an hour, we've seen a lot of these guys at. We'll see what Steinhoff's at here when he gets in the brakes. 171, hard in the brakes down to 50 miles an hour for this turn here. You can see how squirrely the car is, and using that a little bit of grass there to help the car rotate on entry. But we see where the 74 is there, and then Brandon Buggs right up here. Yep, that is starting to be a little bit of a battle. You see starting to brew right off the back bumper here of the 81 of Brandon Buggs. That is the 74 Steinhoff we're seeing there, making that left-hander under the Speedville sign into the carousel.
Yeah, and that's likely what's going through the 81's head is, yeah, Crouch, he's not for points. I don't care about him. It's because this is his first race of on the Thursday season, so his points don't matter. It's, but he definitely wants to get points on Steinhoff, that's for sure.
And no matter what, after all the mistakes we've seen out of a lot of this, a lot of the top 10, they're doing a great job of just maintaining their positions right now and just having a good race.
Absolutely. Especially, I mean, it seems like it's a bit of a feat to not go a lap down, given how fast Favignano is. That's an accomplishment in itself to not go a lap down.
All right, let's take a lap with Steinhoff here. Laid it on into the run, so you can just see what these drivers are seeing when they're getting around Road America. The 81's in the wall. And that'll be Steinhoff that'll now get that position away. We saw it right there. They made that left hand. That was the 81 next to the 04. Not sure if they had anything to do with they got together or what happened here. We're going to see. But looks like the 81 just overcooked it. Oh, that was the 01. That was there. But yeah, he made contact with the outside wall there. So Brandon Buggs now drops to the 4th position. That'll give 3rd to Steinhoff.
Unlucky for Buggs. I don't know if that 01 in front of him caused him to lose his line or break and get into in the gravel there. Not sure if that affected him at all, but unfortunate for the 81. He's now down in 4th place, but still 10 laps left.
10 laps to go here at Road America. And yeah, I mean, I watched it. I don't think the 01 Underwood had anything to do with it. I think the 01 was just in the grass, but it looked like the 81 had already just drove the entry to that corner and was headed for the gravel regardless.
It is so easy too, especially on these road courses, to just follow the guy in front of you and follow their line, and oftentimes that guy in front of you doesn't know what's going on, and you can kind of get locked into following them and follow them off track, and that can happen. They always say don't pay attention to the driver in front of you as best you can. Pay attention to your own race and your own braking markers. But we got Nick Gould getting on track there as Favignano looking to take another victim of his dominance.
Yeah, but I'm watching this.
Down.
He's down to 26 seconds between himself and Kraut, and he's got to make these passes quick because these guys are slowing him up big time right now. The 67 can't pass 3 cars in one corner, so this is going to give Kraut time to catch.
And they're going side by side. Oh, you do not want to see this. Like, hey guys, that's cool, but heads up.
Yeah, heads up. You got the 67 barreling down on you right now.
Yeah.
And Bearder had to try to avoid the 20 of Orendorf.
Oh no.
And that really caused the 67 to get into the brakes. He is not going to be patient passing these guys.
Well, that is the 4 of Robert Bearder. There he goes. He gets out of his way there. Yeah, there's the rules in iRacing is there's like blue flags do not mean you have to let the other driver pass. It's just saying that there is a faster car behind you. There is no mandatory let the other guy go. It's kind of out of courtesy to do so. But oh, this is getting scary here.
Yeah, Gould off into the grass there, but he was doing that to give room to the 67, and I'm sure that Ewing will do the same here shortly. The crowd not able to really capitalize on too much here. He's down to 26 seconds, but it's just not enough. And Steinhoff now all the way in the fast section, about to make his left-hander. And then here is the 81 now on the fast section. And Wes Graham, he's in the right-hander at the very first turn. Coming down the hill now.
Wes Graham out of Iowa right there in 5th place. The top 5 are fairly spread out. As Favignano sees Ewing in front of him. And it's gonna take something big for Kraut to catch Favignano.
Yeah, the 67 is gonna have to make a big mistake for that to happen, and he's had just such a brilliant race put together for himself.
Yeah, putting on a claim out there and telling everyone how it is done, how to get around Road America in the next gen.
That's what I love about these road courses. You know, you just see raw talent. It's difficult to drive these cars on a track like Road America at the speeds you're seeing them do it at. So, you know, you can say what you want about what any driver you see week in and week out, but man, when they come to pit or onto to road courses, it is just an absolute flex of their skills.
It truly is, and I'm just going to try and pay attention here in case anything happens between these two cars. But if you are new to the OCRP league and watching it, it's a fixed setup league, so that means the cars are identical. There's no difference between the manufacturers. So Toyota is the same speed as the Ford or the Chevy. So it really just comes down to the driver. They can make minor adjustments to their brake bias, their front brake bias, and their steering ratios, and but that is about it. So it's truly comes down to skill.
I'm watching here. That's Andrew Ewing in 7th. He is fighting to stay on the lead lap right now. He does not have to give way to the 67 by any means. He is fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap, and if the 67 can get around the 15, that'll have the field lapped up to 7th.
And I don't think Favignano is going to be taking any chances to try and pass Ewing, because he's looking at his relative and he's going, hey, I'm still 27 seconds ahead. Like, I do not need to make any risky biscuit moves. And just like that, Andrew Ewing moves to the inside down the front straight here. Going to give way to Favignano. Favignano says a little thank you on the radio. Nice patience there by him. And
And I like that. I like what he did there. In the 15, didn't have to lay down for the 67. He didn't do that. He raced him clean and fair. But the moment the 67 got the position on him and was able to make the pass, the 15 was just like, here you go, man. You deserved it.
Yep, absolutely. It goes back to almost those endurance races and other races of like, I'll give you that position when it's safe to do so. I'm not gonna just pull over and jeopardize my race in the twisties. I'm gonna move to the side. I'm not gonna necessarily slow all the way down, but oh my god, I say that and Andrew Ewing almost gets in the back of Favignano. Oh, that was so close. I'm sorry. I know you weren't watching. I was watching it. Oh,
no, you're all right. We're gonna back it up
God.
and watch it together. I mean, we've been looking for anything to happen here on the, and there it is. Yeah, he's avoiding him big time right there. That was close right here. Just it looks like he just missed his braking zone. And that's all it took there. So good job on Andrew for keeping it together there.
That was scary.
Ton of racing left. I mean, the laps are winding down. The 14 almost off the track there. Nick Gould hanging on to it. What an incredible run by him, 19th. And he's off in the grass again. He's just dirt tracking this thing.
Well, to be fair, Gould and Ewing behind Favignano there, that is for position.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a good race right now between Ewing and Gould.
Yeah, they're battling for 6th and 7th. They just didn't want the 67 to have any part of it.
Now that the 67's gone, they go, all right, it's on. Game time. And Gould all over the place, but able to collect it. But Andrew's not going anywhere.
On up the hill they go to the start-finish line. That'll be completing lap 43, so lap 44 now for the 67 of Favignano. You see in your front of these two on the screen. Let's see if Ewing can do anything in this next section on the 14 to capitalize on it. Looks like the 14 locked them up, getting into turn 1 there. Let's see how they manage turn 2. The 15 just got a lot of patience on that throttle, and his braking zones are so much more smoother than what we've seen in the 14. But man, the 14's dirt tracking it and everything else, but he's got speed.
He is wheeling that car for sure, Jeff.
Right out of Canada, brakes glowing hot down into the braking zone. Trying to hold off Andrew Ewing for the 7th position to stay in the top 10. But this late in the game, this is where you're like, hey, I'm fine with the top 10. I mean, there's not really that much of a difference between 6th and 7th, so let's try not to crash each other for it.
Hey, every position counts. If I got an opportunity to pass for 6th, I'm taking it.
And that is, we're seeing like in all of the top 5 right there, the tires are starting to show their ugly head. And I think, maybe we got some false information on that because tires seem to matter big time here.
They should be good all the way till the end. Oh, they'll definitely be good all the way to the end.
Only 6 cars on the lead lap. Sargent is the last one, as Gould was passed right there. So Sargent is right up here making the right-hander now to come to the start-finish line, and that is Leo right back here. So Leonard Favignano could possibly put Sargent down a lap here, and that would lap the field up to 5th. It's a very real thing that could happen right now.
That is bonkers.
Wes had a little bit of a slip up there. But I don't think it's going to be a problem because Sargent's now just entering that right turn to get into the fast section. But here's Favignano.
Extending his lead to 30 seconds. We saw it as low as 10 seconds. I mean, 0 seconds at the start of the race. But he is just, he is flying out there. What more can you say about Favignano? Absolute robot.
Just look at how smooth he is on his corners. That's the reason why he's pulling the lap times that he is. A 2:12.323 that time by, compared to the 2:14 in second.
Smooth is fast.
And I'm going to go back here to this battle. This is still heating up. This is Ewing. He's back in the mix here for 7th between himself and Gould. The only battle I see on the track currently.
Yep. Literally the only interesting worth watching right now is these two. They are the closest. Jason Lance getting out of the way here. You'll see him on the left.
Wow, he was in the grass.
He was, and they're coming up to lap cars. Alex Reno is another lap car. Oh my goodness!
Oh, they make contact!
No.
Everybody into that corner except for the 67. And that'll put Ewing and also Gould in the same position. And that's Jason Lance in the wall back there, trying to get it going.
Gould taking advantage of that. Andrew Ewing gets caught up in Reno's spin. He was apologetic over the radio. He obviously did not mean to do that. Hopefully there's not too much damage to Andrew Ewing's front end there. Bit of a hard impact. But yeah, there is only local cautions tonight, guys. No full course cautions.
Four laps to go here at Road America. Your leader, Leonard Favignano, had the pole and has held on to it all day long right there, with all of the laps led for the most part, except for any time that we had a green flag pit stop, which were 2 of those today. Just putting on a real good, like you said, clinic on the entire field today.
Clinical in his precision, and just, I mean, this does feel like an endurance race. They've been in the sim now. We're coming up on an hour and 50 minutes, so this is quite a long race. That's damn near a full stint if you're doing endurance racing. So these guys are, it takes a lot. This is mentally draining to stay this focused for that long, and it ain't over. They still got about 8 minutes left of driving.
Oh yeah. And we're watching here. I mean, just look at the absolute precision. We saw how he was taking the carousel. That was so different than how anyone else was. He was just hanging it right there on the bottom the line the whole time. And right here, look at that. He's already set up for the right-hander here. He's going all the way to the left. Just really smooth on his throttle and braking inputs. And that's how, you know, you're able to maintain a 31-second lead on second. And you have the whole field lapped up to 6th.
Just an absolute textbook race.
So that's Kraut coming through the last few corners before the start-finish line. And then Steinhoff now making the right-hand turn at Canada Corner. Almost had it locked up there. He'll get it going straight again. And then Brandon Buggs in 4th. He's now in the fast section. On the back of the track. And that nose is caved in from that hit that he had with the tires. Pretty bad, actually.
Makes sense why he's not catching Steinhoff.
So Favignano has to be nice and patient here. He's trying to lap that 48, the pink car you're seeing in the screen just in front of him. That's Nick Sargent in 6th. So, you know, the last lap that Favignano had was a 2:12.368. So when you see a minute 59, you're in the 2-minute section right there. That's how you know you're almost about to get lapped. There's 2 minutes right there on Sargent. And Sargent's about to lose it. And he does, right in front of the 67. And he is stopped right now. That's going to change things up. Nick Gould's going to catch him and pass Sargent. Sargent trying to get that car going straight again. But this is not what the 48 wanted this late in the run. He's second in points.
Man, Andrew Ewing makes the pass on him as well. Did he get involved with the Joel Brown car at all? Or is that a self-spin?
Well, it looked like a self-spin from what I saw, but let's see here. Here's the 48, and yeah, he's already out of shape, caught the grass. That's all it took, right in front of the 48. There's Favignano being like, no, I don't want to see this late in the race
Yep.
at all.
So Sargent dropping 2 spots, now down to 8th.
And he is lapped, so now 5 cars on the lead lap. Completing lap 47, now 48. 2 to go.
I mean, usually I say, place your bets on who you think's going to win, but it's more of who do you think, is he going to lap Wes Graham or not with 2 laps to go? I don't think he is. He's only about, he's got
So here's Wes.
31.
Wes right now.
I don't think so.
And Favignano way there. So
yeah.
He's just now almost down here to the Speedville sign. And Favignano's making the left-hand turn now. So I don't think that'll be an issue. Favignano, all that he can be.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Maintaining a 30-second lead on Kraut. And Kraut right back here in the 06. Making that left-hand turn here. Slow section. He's got somebody in front of him there. I believe that is... It's not the 14 of Gould. That was somebody different.
It has been an up and down race for like the top 5, though. We've seen names go in and out of that top 5 position all
Joel
night.
Brown in the grass.
Joel Brown getting his hair a little dirty. hairs in front of his eyes there. He couldn't see where he's going.
One that we could talk about is definitely Wes Graham. Started 6th. He's in 5th right now. He's been up to 4th, but this is where he's been, right here in the top 5 position. And smooth all day. We haven't seen a single mistake out of the 88.
You had to say it. You just had to say it. Come on, don't listen, Wes. You're good. Keep going, buddy. Yeah, he has been just consistent. He's been very consistent. He's been, hovering around that 5th position. That's where he remains. He's seen the guys come and go. They go up in front of him, then they go back down, and they're back up, and then they're back down. But he's just kind of like the marker, if you will. He's setting the bar here for what a fifth place driver is needed to do.
His driver suit, you can see he's in his off-road attire from the All-Star that you and Wes were in last night, actually.
He actually did really well. I was really proud of him last night.
Yeah, he had a top 10, I think, on the first race.
First race. And then they inverted the field. I don't know why they do that.
Oh, yeah.
We just got plowed.
Yeah, just amazing. To put shame to what is already there.
Yeah, I was like, I already know you're fast. Now you're sending me through the air.
Well, not to mention, those are the Pro 2s that you were driving. Yeah, they're a lot of fun and everything, but man, it's totally different than what you guys have been running for the last week. So I'm sure a lot of practice is needed. But yeah, there's guys that just know fast. Dirt and they just know those cars.
The guy's winning at races buggies, in real life.
Mm-hmm.
He's and all those guys are super fast. But it's been a lot of fun going out there, and thanks to iRacing for inviting us. And we've been enjoying it. Even though we've been getting dusted, me and Wes had a laugh. And that's what this should all be about. Just have some fun, right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my mistake. I said 2 to go that last time, but when I said it, I meant 3. You still have to count the final lap. It's technically the way it's done. But Favignano about to bring it to the line for the white flag. Putting on an absolute show today. So dominant on the entire field, the 67 of Favignano. Comes to the stripe now, and it will be 1 to go. Sponsored by Thrustmaster.
And he has got some lap traffic in front of him. That is going to be, is that the 01 of Donald Underwood, or is that Bearder? Both their cars look the same. That is the 01.
Yep. Donald Underwood. Favignano wanting to just kind of ride it out. He's got 4 miles to get around this place. And you can see just how easy he is taking it right now.
Okay, just beat. Get out of the way, don't get in the grass and kill me. So, says thank you to him. Gets on by.
He's got 30 seconds on Kraut, but it doesn't matter if it's the last lap or not. He's gonna drive this just as hard as he's been driving it, because he wants to finish this race knowing that he had 30 seconds on Kraut.
Just not even in the same dimension.
Try telling a driver to slow down or take it easy on the last lap. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen, especially not out of the 67. Talk about a driver that has this car and this track figured out together. I mean, there was no competition on what the 67 brought this week.
And it was right from the start of the race. It wasn't like he had any mistakes and he had to battle his way to the front and then dominate. It was right from the get-go. Literally a textbook race. Got pole.
I think a lot of guys in top 5 are surprised by this, because we saw that Favignano struggled with the trucks at Coda for a little bit. I mean, he wasn't dominant in the front. Steinhoff and Bugs were, but I think that they got caught sleeping a little bit here.
He is just laser focused. Different read tonight on Thursday.
Leonard Favignano off the final turn up the hill will get the win here today. Well, tonight at Road America.
And now we wait 30 seconds for their second place to cross the line of Favignano. I mean, what we've said it all. Sorry, I'm just listening to the radio.
Oh, you're fine.
They're Bugs was giving them the gears. He said, I'm filing a complaint for how bad you just beat everybody here. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. You can tell he's excited, and you know what? He needed this win. I think some of you may not understand that, but he needed this win because Favignano was 4th in points going into this race, and he definitely needed to be ahead of Brandon Bugs, Nick Sargent, and Wes Graham for the championship. So this is a great and special win for the 67.
It's definitely, he's had a couple rough weeks getting involved into some things and not finishing where he wanted to the last few weeks. So this is great win for Favignano. Scary for the rest of the field because he is going to be having momentum heading into the tail end of our series here.
Yeah, when you look at the schedule here, I mean, wow. You know, we're going to Atlanta, Richmond, Dover, Charlotte. All tracks he's good at. He's good at every track, right? I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's every track, bro.
It's every track. What are you talking about? Let's have a look at our race results here. Have at it. Leonard Favignano getting the win tonight. Joseph Kraut, Ryan Steinhoff, Brandon Bugs, Wes Graham, Nick Gould, Andrew Ewing after starting 15th there. Nick Gould 19th up to the 6th there. Nick Sargent, Tyler Schultz, and Joe Ogle. And then in the back end, we got Robert Bearder, Jonathan Orendorff, Donald Underwood, Joel Brown, Clayton Cyrus, Jason Lance, Alex Reno, Austin Johnston, Zachary Guzman, Aaron Beaver, and Rick Evans and Tony Wilson not completing laps. Tony's not a driver, but Rick Evans is completing 0 laps.
I had him right where I wanted him all night.
Dude, race control beat Rick Evans.
There you go.
That's great.
Stay tuned, guys. We're going to head over and talk to your race winner and other drivers as well. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are going to get caught up to all of the guys here after a long race it was, and I thought we would have a lot more drivers in here, but they're not here yet. Ryan, you want to talk to the leader, or to the winner, race winner, Leonard Fodorero?
Sorry, my mic was muted. You go ahead, Jeff. I talked to them last week. You talked to our winner tonight.
You got it. Leonard Fodorero getting it done, and coming into this race, you were fourth in points. What does this win mean as far as momentum moving on to the final tracks and to have a shot at this championship tonight?
I'm pretty sure with the past two races, I don't know if I have a shot at the championship right now, but all I'm trying to do is just stay consistent like I've always been, be up front, and just try to make very little to no mistakes for the rest of these races.
30 seconds you had on crowd there, and then you had lapped all the way up to fifth. Where did all of this come from? Are you just really comfortable with Road America?
Actually, this is my second time racing this track. I'm just really comfortable with this car. It's all about finding the braking points, because the brakes on this thing are not the best at all, but once you find the sweet spot, you can really get it into the corner hard. And it's just playing with the throttle off the turn. It's what it's all about.
We saw a lot of guys in the top 10 having issues, off-track issues, and all sorts of that. And then you had a couple spins happen right there in front of you. Walk us through what you were thinking about. You know, you had 30 seconds on crowd behind you there, but when you're seeing guys spinning in front of you, is that what kept it all together?
The fact that my gap was 30 seconds. I just made sure I didn't run into anybody. I didn't want to keep driving when I see somebody spinning in front of me. If I see somebody spinning, I just got off the throttle. Just gave them room. Let them save it or spin out.
Well, there you go. Leonard Fodorero gets the win tonight after starting on the pole. Absolute domination at Road America. Let's catch up to the second driver here. Joseph Kraut had it's your first time in this car here at in the league, and you're going to finish second here, but you had your fair share of race incidents. Tell us how it went.
Yeah. Learned a really important lesson tonight for all the young iRacers out there. Drive with your head, don't drive with your ego. After that incident early with Bugs, I kind of cleared him. Not his fault. I just started driving pissed off and lost a bunch. But yeah, I was really happy with my pace. I just wanted to shout out Josh Balicki, actually, of all people, because last night on his Instagram story, I saw that he was practicing Road America, so I decided to slide up, ask him if he had any tips, and he actually responded, helped me drop about a second off my lap time.
There you have it. Joseph
cool.
Kraut started second. We'll finish second. Moving on to Ryan Steinhoff in the third position. Ryan, you had a great race going for you there. Tell us about that last pit stop.
I don't know. It was just a regular pit stop for the last one. My biggest issue is about halfway through the race. I just had the case of just not thinking for literally less than half a second and broke just a tiny bit late going into Canada corner and just sent her right off into the wall. And that really hurt for me. But other than that, just similar to what Joseph kind of said, just kept my head down and looking forward for it and just kept pushing.
There you have it. Ryan Steinhoff gonna finish out in third right there. And I'll send it over to you, Ryan.
All right, let's talk to our, let's keep going down the list. Let's talk to the fourth place driver, Mr. Bay Area Bugs. Hey, what going on? What happened? Tell us about your race. You had some ups and downs there, man. Tell us about it.
Just made some rookie mistakes. Just, got caught up with the car. Physically still trying to recover from Monday. I thought I was good, and about halfway through the race realized that I am not. So fighting physical pain and then just making mistakes that I shouldn't have been making, that I didn't make in all my practice. So just, kind of fell apart out there.
Not bad though, man. You're able to get a P4. Not the podium you wanted, but still a very solid finish from the 81 camp. Now there's two other drivers here I want to talk to because they had some incredible racing tonight. That's going to be my fellow countryman of Nick Gould, our U-Haul mover of the week. 19th up to P6. How did you get that done, Mr. Gould?
Oh, that was insane, honestly. First of all, I want to say happy Canada Day since it's 12 o'clock to you and to all our Canadian fans. I had a blast out there. Just trying to keep it clean, basically keep it off the grass. It was kind of hard because basically once you're on that, you're along for the ride. You can't recover from that. Basically, as easy as you want to. Although I didn't put a lot of time into practice, which I think I should have a lot more. But yeah, no, it was definitely a blast, and had a good battle with Ewing and a good battle with Sargent. It was unreal. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, not gonna lie. But yeah.
Right on. Well, great race. All your fans up here in Canada are very proud of you for representing the Canucks. I mean, you should have got top 5 so we'd be really proud of you, but better luck next time. Good race, man. The other driver I want to talk to is another big mover. I think that their endurance racing practices and experience went very far in this race, and that's going to be the 15 Andrew Ewing, finishing top 10 with a solid 7th place finish, starting from 15th. Andrew, how was your race?
Boy, it was a lot of fun, but an up and down night for me. I'm a bit out of practice, been out of it for about 4 weeks, I think now. But yeah, up and down, struggled. It's my first time actually driving this course. About 6 or 7 hours ago was the first time I put rubber down on the track, and about 3 hours sleep. So a rough night, but I'm proud of where I ended up, to be honest.
Should absolutely be proud, man, especially with that little practice on the track. Who knows what you could have done if you had some more time out there, because you solid finish. But that's who I want to talk to. Jeff, back to you.
All right. Make sure that I am unmuted, and I am now. Okay, sweet. Want to move over here to the 88 of Wes Graham. After today's race, you're still comfortably holding on to that 20-point lead. Tell us about your race and how it went. Top 5 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I look at for the road courses is just points nights. So, as long as I can get a top 10, I'm good with it. Kind of had a couple of bobbles there after that second stint. Fatigue kind of got to you, and the endurance racing, like Ryan said about Andrew, the endurance mindset coming into the race was definitely the right one to have. The car, there's a lot more grip out there than what I gave it with the car. I just wanted to, goal was to finish top 10 and bring home a 0X, and we did both of those. So, got to thank Tony back at WMD Paint Shop for always making me look good out here, and thank the guys, especially the lap down drivers, for showing a lot of respect out there. I noticed a lot of guys were, sticking out of the way and actually getting out of the way in the proper zone. So, big ups to them, and congrats to Favignano on the win again.
Yep, Favignano was one of those other drivers that just didn't have any incidents and had no mistakes, really. Just tell us a little bit, Wes, about, having that reserve in your brain compared to guys that are overdriving the corners and going off the track, and how much having a 0X means to you more so than, maybe battling for 3rd or 4th.
Well, I mean, coming into, you got to be, a realist, I mean, I kind of figured, just from the other road course races we've had this season, Bugs, Favignano, Steinhoff, crowding trucks. I knew they were going to be, pretty quick out there. Schultz surprised me with a great qualifying effort, and he was running up there pretty good until after that first stop. But I thought that Ewing was going to have something for me there at the end. He was closing in pretty good, but it just it's better safe than sorry. Especially week one, I'm in a points mindset. We're just looking for points. How can I maximize the day? That's what I was trying to do at Daytona. That's what we've done, every week since. I'm not out here going for wins. I'm just out here going for points. So, we've backed into do 3 wins so far, but the only one that I've actually wanted to win was the Bristol Dirt race. But it's a endurance race. To get to the end, we got 13 weeks. You can't get it done week 2. So you gotta just play your cards right and just try to keep your nose clean, and it'll end up paying off at the end.
Well said by one of the best here, and also the points leader right there, Wes Graham, finishing in the 5th position after starting 6th. We're going to leave these guys to it so they get to their drivers' meeting, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for the broadcast.
David Broadcast.
Classic. Thanks for the broadcast right there by Wes Graham. And we are going to have our final thoughts about the race. I was pretty pleased. There was a lot of action early on in the race. Yeah, it got a little boring towards the middle, but that just happens at any kind of track when you have all these guys spread out like that with that many laps and no cautions.
For how long that race was, there was a really good amount of racing in that race. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of movers, lots of recoveries. It was a good race. I enjoyed that.
I certainly did as well. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Road America. We will see you guys next week at Atlanta. Until then, take care and stand by for Raid to West the Mess 88.